Every dog owner believes the same thing. My dog is very smart. But most owners are wrong. Because obedience is not intelligence. Speed is not intelligence. And tricks are not intelligence. True intelligence shows itself when rewards disappear, when pressure increases, and when the environment changes. That is where the truth appears. Dog intelligence does not exist as a single trait. It exists in levels, 7 levels, and most dogs never reach the highest one. This is level 1, reactive intelligence. This is where nearly all dogs begin. At this level, the dog reacts. It does not think. Food appears and the dog moves. A sound happens and the dog turns. A leash tightens and the dog pulls. This is instinct-driven behavior. Research summarized by Dr. Stanley Coren from the University of British Columbia shows that this level is controlled by associative learning. Basic cause and effect. No reasoning. No interpretation. Just reaction. Neuroscience supports this. Behavior here is dominated by the limbic system, which controls emotion and survival, not decision-making. Here is the mistake owners make. They call this high energy. It is not. It is undeveloped intelligence. If your dog loses focus the moment food disappears, it has not left level 1. Now we move to level 2, conditioned intelligence. This is where most owners get fooled. At this level, the dog looks intelligent. It sits, it stays, it responds instantly. But the intelligence is external, not internal. This is conditioned learning. Behavior shaped by repetition, reward, and timing. Trainers and researchers like Karen Pryor and Dr. Ian Dunbar explain this clearly. The dog is not solving a problem. It is predicting an outcome. Command means reward. No command means no action. That is why these dogs perform perfectly at home and fall apart in new environments. Different smells, different sounds, different rules. The brain has not learned how to think, only when to respond. This level relies heavily on the basal ganglia, the habit-forming system of the brain. The dog is well-trained, but not intelligent. If your dog obeys at home and ignores you outside, you are here. Now comes level 3, adaptive intelligence. This is the first real shift. Here, the dog stops reacting and starts adapting. Adaptive intelligence means solving new problems without being shown first. No command, no repetition, just thinking. Studies from the University of Vienna by Range and Varani show that dogs at this level adjust strategies when one fails. A treat is placed under a box. The dog paws, fails, then tips the box. That pause matters. That adjustment matters. This level activates the prefrontal cortex, responsible for flexible decision-making. Owners often destroy this intelligence by interrupting too early or over-commanding. Thinking requires space. The smartest dogs do not respond faster. They pause longer. Now we enter level 4, social intelligence. At this level, intelligence becomes social. The dog begins reading others. Tone changes, body posture, eye direction, emotional shifts. Research by Dr. Brian Hare at Duke University shows that dogs outperform even chimpanzees at interpreting human social cues, especially pointing and gaze. This is not obedience. This is interpretation. A dog at this level notices tension before conflict and adjusts behavior. Owners often call this sensitivity. It is not. It is awareness. If your dog reacts to your mood before your words, pay attention. Now comes level 5, self-control intelligence. This level is rare, very rare. This is inhibitory control, the ability to resist immediate impulses. Research led by Dr. Evan McLean at the Duke Canine Cognition Center shows a strong link between self-control and advanced problem-solving ability. Food drops on the floor. The dog notices, pauses, looks at you. That pause is intelligence. This level depends heavily on the prefrontal cortex and collapses under stress. Most owners sabotage it by rushing and repeating commands. Self-control cannot be forced. A dog that can wait can think. A dog that cannot wait cannot. Now we move to level 6, emotional intelligence. Here, intelligence becomes emotional. The dog does not just read behavior. It reads emotional states. Research published in Biology Letters in 2016 shows that dogs can distinguish human emotions using both facial expressions and vocal tone. Another study from the University of Lincoln found that dogs modify their behavior when humans show distress. This is not instinct. It is processing. At this level, the dog is no longer acting for reward. It is acting for connection. If your dog calms itself when you are anxious, that is not training. And finally, we reach level 7, metacognitive intelligence. This is the highest level. Very few dogs ever reach it. Metacognition means knowing what you know and knowing when you do not. Research by Dr. Evan McLean and colleagues at the University of Arizona suggests that some dogs show behaviors consistent with this ability. A toy is hidden. The dog searches, stops, looks back at the human. That look is not confusion. It is communication. I do not know. You do. At this level, intelligence becomes collaborative. The dog does not guess. It asks. Most dogs never reach this level, not because they cannot, but because owners never slowed down enough to let intelligence develop. So the real question is not how smart your dog is. The real question is how much space you have given your dog to think. If this video changed how you see your dog, comment your dog's name below. And subscribe, because understanding your dog changes everything.